Hi, this is Rick Eimer with the Palo Alto Weekly. We're here today with Sam Untrecht. He's the senior at Menlo School who led his team to the PAL Tournament Championship and the regular season championship. They've won like 21 out of the last 23, probably more than that. I just don't know my math. He scored 19 goals in the 3 games, including 8 against Menlo Athletics, and those 8 goals were on 10 shots, which is pretty fun. Let's just start with the tournament and how well you guys played and what happened there.
So basically the tournament as a whole has always been one of our end goals for the season. All 4 years we've won that tournament. Last year we won on a buzzer beater from a senior last year, Jaden. So that was pretty fun. So it was good to come back and win the tournament again in similar fashion against MA, and it was just cool winning it all 4 years.
Yeah, and you making eight shots, it's not like other guys weren't involved. And you have a lot of guys that can shoot and score. And does that make it easier for you? I know you get a lot of attention defensively.
Yeah, it's good. It's good having guys that know what they're doing with the ball. They can pass me the ball, and I can pass them the ball back, and it all just works. It's a good system. That's why we've had so much success this season so far.
Right, and on defense, you guys, obviously very aggressive and kind of that helps just the same. Can you talk defensively a little bit? Especially you use both goalies a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the program as a whole, we've always been focusing on our team defense, and Jack stresses a lot on how defense wins championships. What everybody says, and I think that's really applicable to our team because we're able to get big stops with both of our goalies, and we're able to take that momentum into the offense and score a bunch of goals. So it all starts with the defense.
Right. Now, I was thinking about you. Last year was the first year of Open Division. You reached a championship game with Sacred Heart Prep. Probably, looking from the outside, it looks like the same deal this year. But, of course, you never know what's going to happen. Sometimes Sacred Heart Prep maybe overshadows Menlo a little bit, but you guys have a really good program. You guys have been good for a long time. Can you kind of just talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so in terms of CCS, we've played Sacred Heart in the finals the last, I've played them all 3 years for me. I know we've played them probably the last 5 or 6 years in CCS finals, and they've always nudged out that victory. So it's important to stay composed in that game and know like they're not gods. Like, we can beat them, and I think this team has the composure to beat Sacred Heart this year. So hopefully we can get past St. Francis this Saturday and take that into the semifinals and use that momentum to get to the championship game, and we'll see how that goes.
Right, and I know you split with St. Francis, but I think the last time you played them wasn't exactly intense or anything. It was probably more of just getting a lot of people engaged.
Yeah, we lost to St. Francis, I believe 9-5 last week. That game, St. Francis came out with a lot more fire than we did, and we just didn't really have a response. So it'll be important for us to come out with a lot of fire and be excited for the game because it could be one of our last games. So it'll be a fun game.
Right, and then of course you probably know guys from St. Francis too. You probably know guys from every team. And does that help, hurt? Does it make any difference to know guys on the other team?
Yeah, in terms of scouting the other team, it's not too hard to know what their best players can do and what they can't do, just because we know each other all through club. But I think through club, we all know each other. We're all really good friends from Stanford. So I think there's a good balance between physicality and just knowing what's too physical and what's not. So it's really fun playing against some of my best buds.
Right. I ran across a picture of you and Gabe at over the summer, and I thinking to myself, that's a Bellarmine.
Yeah.
So you know guys from all over the place, and then we were talking earlier about you have some friends from other teams that are going to join you at Cal. That must be just great to have guys around that you know all the time.
Yeah, it's really cool. For Cal, actually, all 4 of the other guys that are going have been some of my best friends through club. Even though they're not on the same team, there's that mutual respect between competitors. So I know all 4 of those guys who are going to Cal with me. So I think it's going to be super fun to play with them.
Right. Now, you've also played in the USA program, so I guess you've met a lot of guys there, and there's some guys that are in college now that you've played with, and what kind of experience is that?
I think it's really cool to be on the U.S. team. It's a lot of good experiences traveling. I went to Serbia and Hungary over the summer and trained with the national team there and played in some tournaments. Overall, we didn't do as well as we hoped, but the experience was much greater because I was with a bunch of good friends. All of those guys that are in college now are all doing great things, so it's fun to go out and watch them play. So I think overall, it's been a super fun experience playing with the U.S.
Right, and now you've played with at least 2 championship games in the Junior Olympics and got to the championship game in another division. I mean, then like you've said, these are guys that play at other schools. You're together probably more often at them there than you are at school.
Yeah.
But just talk about going through that kind of an experience. I know back-to-back championships in 16s and then making the championship game in 18s, which was actually, I thought, rather special.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all of those guys that I've been playing with since I've been, I don't know, I say probably 12 years old, are probably my best friends, and they probably will continue to be my best friends through college and beyond that. And I think that's just like the bond. The sport brings us all together so closely. Over the summer, I come to Menlo in the morning, practice with these guys, and then in the afternoon I go play with all my club friends. And I think it's a really good experience to play with all my best friends, and it really brings us closer together.
Great. So we've been talking to Sam Untrecht. He's our Athlete of the Week this week, and congratulations.
Yep, thanks.
And if you want to find out next week's Athlete of the Week, press that subscribe button down below or visit us at pasportsonline.com.